My name is Catherine Stafford.
My name is Madison Bradford.
My name is Ulvin Chambers.
My name is Jackson Goldman.
Are you familiar with Sandra Bland?
Yes, I am familiar with this story.
Yes, I am.
I am pretty familiar with the Sandra Bland.
Not particularly.
What is the extent of your knowledge on this subject?
I know she was an African-American female who was driving in Texas.
She got pulled over for not signaling.
She was asked normal questions by the police, and once she got out, there was some hassling involved as far as physical contact.
She was in prison 3 days later. She ended up dead.
And then there's been, some superstition. Was she dead in her mugshot? Did they kill her because they knew that she was going to sue the police?
Do you think the police had an involvement in her death, or that it was a suicide?
Personally, I believe that some details have been left out of the case. I don't think a person just decides, I'm going to kill myself.
I personally believe that the police were involved. They're not telling us everything that actually went down. I've been very passionate about the topic of police brutality for the last year.
I believe the police was involved.
I think that it's important for people not to jump to conclusions right after something occurs. I think that there should be a thorough investigation of what happened, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we should assume foul play straight off the bat.
And do you think the media's influence is having a positive or negative effect on the public's perception of what happened?
I believe it's both. Negative because it's sad and tragic how this woman died, and no one likes to hear when someone passes, especially in a situation as this. And it's also positive because I feel like the world needs to know what's currently going on, and that we shouldn't sugarcoat what's happening to these people, especially in the Black communities, because I feel like they want to cover that up so it doesn't feel like a racism issue.
I think it depends on what you perceive as a positive or a negative effect. Probably negative, because people want to assume that there's foul play involved. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because when there is foul play, it's up to citizens to figure out what happened and to elicit a change.
I think the media itself has an agenda that they're trying to stand by. I don't think that, personally, I like that the media is addressing the issue because it brings light to individuals that are unaware of police brutality, especially within the Black community.
I think it can be both. For positive, it's kind of, bringing up something that people don't usually think about. I feel like there are so many different, aspects of American life that not everyone gets exposed to. People that aren't used to seeing this stuff, when they see it in the media, they feel personally attacked. So I think that's kind of negative because I know at my school, with all the stuff that's happened in the past year, there was so much racial tension. While it can be uncomfortable, I think it really needs to be said.
Do you think that the incident or decisions made about it will affect you personally?
I think in the back of everyone's mind, particularly African Americans, there is a possibility you're like, okay, let me handle the situation a particular way, because if I know that this is potentially could be a life or death situation if things don't go according to how the officer wants them to go, or if he feels you're escalating the situation.
Personally, it already has, having similar issues happen in my family and a lot of my family members. So it's just sad to hear that another person, especially in the Black community, like I said, is going through this and has died from it. And as a woman, it scares me because I worry for my kids, if they encounter a cop or any type of law enforcement, if they may be put through the same thing.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
All right, well, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your time.